The rain was relentless, pounding against the pavement like a distant echo of the past Michael Carter had tried to forget. He sat on a worn-out bench near a small, run-down diner, his hood pulled low over his face. Once, his name commanded respect. Now, he was just another shadow, invisible to the world. Inside, a group of young professionals laughed over overpriced coffee, their suits pristine, their lives seemingly perfect. One of them, a man in a navy blue blazer, smirked as he glanced outside. "You see that guy?" He nudged his friend. "That's why you don't fail in life." The others chuckled, dismissing Michael as nothing more than a cautionary tale. If only they knew. 6 years ago, Michael had everything: wealth, influence, and a future mapped out with precision. Then one day, he vanished. No explanations. No goodbyes. He walked away from it all, leaving behind whispers, speculation, and the kind of silence that made people wonder if he had ever existed at all. But now, he was back. And he wasn't alone. The diner door creaked open. A young girl, no older than 6, stepped inside, gripping the hand of a tired-looking waitress. Her curly caramel hair bounced as she walked, her deep brown eyes scanning the room with innocent curiosity. Michael froze. Those eyes. His eyes. His chest tightened. He had never met her before. Never even knew she existed. Yet deep down, something in him recognized the truth. This little girl was his daughter. His gaze snapped to the waitress, her mother. Recognition flickered in her weary expression, quickly replaced by fear. She turned away, leading the girl to a booth, her hands trembling as she reached for a menu. Michael's mind raced. How? Who? He had left everything behind, everyone behind. How had he not known? Before he could gather his thoughts, the bell above the diner door chimed again. A man in a sleek black suit entered, scanning the room with predatory precision. Michael's stomach dropped. He recognized that look. A fixer. Someone who didn't ask questions, just cleaned up problems. And right now, he was looking for someone. Michael followed his gaze. It landed on the waitress and the little girl. His daughter was in danger. The fixer approached their table, leaning down, his voice low but sharp. "It's been 6 years. You knew this day would come." The waitress paled. "Please not here." Michael stood before he even realized what he was doing. The group of professionals scoffed, one muttering, "Great. Now the homeless guy's making a scene." He ignored them. The fixer turned as Michael approached, irritation flashing in his eyes. "Keep walking, old man. This isn't your problem." Michael didn't stop. Instead, he reached into his pocket and placed something on the table. A black card, sleek, unmarked, but instantly recognizable to those who knew its meaning. Silence fell over the diner. The fixer's eyes widened. The waitress gasped. Even the group of laughing professionals stiffened, their faces draining of color. Because that card meant one thing. Michael Carter wasn't just another homeless man. He was one of the wealthiest, most powerful men they had ever encountered. And now, he was done hiding. The fixer hesitated, then took a step back. "This changes things." Michael's voice was calm, but firm. "You tell them she's mine. And if they have a problem with that, they know where to find me." The fixer studied him for a moment, then nodded once before slipping out the door, disappearing into the rain. The waitress clutched her daughter, her voice barely a whisper. "You shouldn't have done that. They won't stop." Michael knelt beside the little girl. She looked up at him with the pure curiosity of a child, unaware of the storm swirling around her. "What's your name?" he asked gently. She hesitated, then smiled. "Maya." His throat tightened. He looked up at her mother. She swallowed hard. "She doesn't know who you are." Michael exhaled. Then it's time she did. Outside, the rain poured harder, washing away the filth of the city. But inside that diner, the real storm had just begun.